Denver up 13. Make it 16. Jokic to Julian Strawther with a playoff career high, 15 points in this one as the Nuggets win 119-107. Jokic, almost a triple-double, 29, 14, and 8. Jamal Murray, who we didn't even know was going to play going into tonight, 25 points, 8 boards, 7 dimes. How about Christian Brown, 23 and 11. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he did his part, 32 points. But Jalen Williams did not, only 6 points for him. And now we have a Game 7 between the Thunder and the Nuggets. Time now to bring in CBS Sports NBA analyst John Gonzalez. And John, the last 2 games, the Thunder owned the fourth quarter, right? 63-37, despite being down to start. In Game 6, Nuggets said, ain't no way y'all doing that to us 3 straight times. Where did you exactly see the better execution from Denver down the stretch for the win?
Yeah, I mean, the Nuggets made shots, right? You and I were talking about this before we came on the air. And in the last game, Oklahoma City blitzed the Nuggets in the fourth quarter. In this one, Oklahoma City couldn't hit a shot. They missed, 13 straight threes down the stretch before they finally made a couple. That was a big deal. And the Nuggets ended up closing it out. And you mentioned Jamal Murray. He was questionable with an illness. Didn't look like it. He had 25 points in 42 minutes. Basically played almost the entire game. Joker made some big shots down the stretch as well. Didn't hit his first 3 until the fourth quarter. So yeah, just really good execution from the Nuggets, who got big contributions from places you wouldn't expect, up to including Christian Brown and also, oh yeah, the Julian Strawther game. Anybody? So yeah, the Nuggets, they weren't going to go quietly, and they didn't tonight. Yeah,
I just want to go back to Jamal Murray, because it's one thing, right, for him to play at an elite level, you know, facing elimination when he's healthy. But to do it when he clearly did not look great, right, on the bench, when he was subbed out sometimes. Where did you see his excellence really show up the most in this Game 6, man?
Well, just that perseverance, hunting his shot. He hunted his shot in Game 5. He had 28 points, but he did it on 27 shots. He wasn't very efficient at all. And then all of a sudden you hear, okay, he's questionable for Game 6. He's got this illness. He woke up feeling bad. They were giving him medicine and IVs, and you thought, uh-oh, this is a really bad scenario for the Nuggets, because for the Nuggets to perform well, that offense only performs well when that 2-man game is working, and it was working tonight. And you're right, Chris. He came out aggressive early, but then when he went to the bench, he looked gassed. He looked drained. I thought he looked miserable at one point. Like he had a towel on, and then he just kept at it, and he just kept coming back. And I thought, okay, well, they can't possibly keep playing him this many minutes, right? Well, they did. I mean, again, 42 minutes where this was one of his best playoff performances ever. And this is a guy who's won an NBA championship and has had many great playoff performances. We're going to remember the Jamal Murray illness questionable game in Game 6, facing elimination for a long time, because without him, they're probably going home.
Absolutely. They needed every single point that he put on the floor, or put in the basket, I should say, for the Denver Nuggets. Now, on the other side, Jalen Williams, I'm talking about J-Dub, he shot horribly, 3 for 16, only 6 points for him. Thunder, as a team, shot under 28% from 3. So as we look ahead to Game 7, John, what was the most alarming part about this game for OKC?
Yeah, that really SGA had to do so much by himself. He had 32 points, as you mentioned, as we were coming in. He did everything he possibly could. Now, he did get in foul trouble at the end of the first half, and that really allowed the Nuggets to get back into the game, because it looked like Oklahoma City might be pulling away. Other than SGA, Chet Holmgren was pretty good tonight, 19 and 11, but you expected Jalen Williams to be that secondary scorer. They really needed that from him tonight. Only had 6 points. Yeah, he had 10 assists. Yeah, he had 7 rebounds, but he was 3 of 16 from the floor. That you just can't have that. And as I mentioned, they also, as a team, went really cold down the stretch. 13 missed threes to close out the game. That's your game right there. When you shoot 27.5% from 3 and you just can't get a bucket to fall from deep, that absolutely crushed them, and it allowed the Nuggets, who were they had an 8-point lead going into the fourth quarter, to extend it and win by 12.
So when we look ahead to Game 7, John, the Thunder, right, they don't have a championship to their name. The Denver Nuggets do. Their core has been in so many dicey situations, but the Thunder, not so much. So who do you trust more in Game 7 at OKC to get the job done for their team?
Well, you're going to say that you trust the Nuggets because they've got Joker and Jamal Murray, and they've won a championship as recently as 2 years ago, and including tonight, Chris, the Nuggets with Joker are 10-5 in elimination games. So they've experienced this before, and they're really good in these games. Now, the main question with Oklahoma City coming into the playoffs was what would happen when they'd have to play these close games where they're tested. They played the fewest clutch games in the NBA this season. They weren't tested. Last year, they went out in the second round. This year, they weren't tested in the first round because they absolutely steamrolled the Grizzlies. Now, to give Oklahoma City credit, they were good in games 4 and 5, both of which were really close games. Now, they lost tonight's game. There was a closeout opportunity on the road, but they're going back to Oklahoma City for Game 7. This will be the biggest test that SGA and this young Thunder team have ever faced with this iteration of the Thunder. We'll see whether or not they can pass it, but the Nuggets have been there and done that. So, yeah, if you're going to ask me, add which side, add Nuggets.
All right, Denver, OKC, Game 7 on Sunday should be a masterpiece. John Gonzalez, we always appreciate talking hoops with you, man. And so the Thunder, they do have something on their side, right? They have won 6 straight home Game 7s. Meanwhile, the Nuggets, they're 0-4 in road Game 7s in franchise history. And Jokic, he balls out, right, when it comes to the final game of the series. 24, 15.5 rebounds, and almost 7.5 dimes in 6 career Game 7s.
I'm going with SGA, not because I don't think the Joker is more than capable of scoring 29+ points here if he absolutely needs to. However, I think playing at home, we're going to see the Denver Nuggets get more contributions from guys like Michael Porter Jr., who was a complete non-factor in Game 5, from Russell Westbrook, who shot very poorly in Game 5. Jamal Murray, I think, was 11 for 27 from the field, also shot poorly. So the Nuggets are at their best when the other guys are chipping in, and we see how brilliant of a playmaker Nikola Jokic is. To his credit, he's able to score 45 points if he needs to. I just don't think they're going to need to. I think we're going to see other guys contribute. For that reason, I think SGA is more likely to eclipse his scoring prop.
All right, Proppy, trading in the old MVP for the probable new MVP. What say you, Zach?
Yeah, this one's a tough one. I actually think both could end up going under, but since we have to pick someone, I'll lean to SGA. I think OKC, they can sense the moment. This is the first time in the SGA era in the postseason that they are on the verge of knocking off another team that's not an 8th seed. First time that can be a possibility, and he appears to be more comfortable taking what the defense gives him, and in turn, that frees you up for higher percentage shots as the game goes on. I think we see another strong fourth quarter from him. He also has more upside at the free throw line as well. And Nikola Jokic, I touched on a couple blocks ago, he has struggled coming off a high performance game. So maybe he gets in that 25, 26 point mark, but I don't see him eclipsing his prop. So I'll lean to SGA.
Okay, this is far too friendly between the two of you, both taking SGA in this one. Probably I need you to channel some of that energy you had the other night where JLC was afraid of you. Let's look at the rebounds now. We got Chet Holmgren over 9.5 boards, or Aaron Gordon over 6.5. Zach, what do you like?
I'm going to go with Chet Holmgren, the higher prop, offering over 9.5 rebounds. Even though Aaron Gordon is playing more minutes on the floor, I just look at Chet Holmgren. He is comfortable facing this Denver Nuggets team. We know he had a limited season this year, only played in 32 games, but he was available for all 4 matchups in the regular season against the Denver Nuggets, and he's taking advantage of getting opportunities for high rebounds. He's averaging 11 rebounds in this series. He's also a threat to get a block in a rebound as well. So I'll lean to Chet Holmgren here as a plus payout versus Aaron Gordon here.
Yeah, and if I'm going with one, I'm actually going to go the other side here. I'm going to go with Aaron Gordon, mainly just he's made such a huge impact in the postseason. We're also seeing him basically play the entire duration of the game. In the regular season, Aaron Gordon really wasn't playing big minutes through multiple stretches of the season, hovering around 28 to 30, which is why his rebounding output really decreased in comparison to previous year. But since the postseason has begun, he has just been phenomenal. All over the place, scoring the ball, playmaking, coming up clutch, making huge shots. So considering this is a must-win single elimination scenario for Denver, Aaron Gordon is likely going to play the entire duration of the second half. He's a very capable...
Yeah. Xin chào tất cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn làm vòng. Vòng hôm nay của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là vòng này. Bây giờ mình bắt đầu làm nha.
Đây này.
Dạ. Ủa này. Quên chỉ là anh thì còn.
Cái kia diễn ở đây. Rồi. Chơi game nào.
Dây 6 vòng của ta đâu rồi?
Đúng mà.
Im không? Bảo gì không đi. Mà mẹ.
Cái lời vậy.
Bảo đi quê hậu việc nhà khó khăn.
Chả khó à?
Lần sau không? Này nhá.
Nàng có việc.
Cái chân chém này. Vậy quay làm chị à? Hả? Giờ em vào gió đi xem video.
Đây là nghe nhạc hay nhạc hay lắm.
Đây là
Đấy giờ này lâu lâu nghe hay. Ôi thế thì buồn rồi ông nào.
dạ giờ xin.
Mai đấy nhá.
Dạ.
Mai chị thì anh mua mỗi thứ một loại thích dám.
Là sáng đây ông bạn này. Bạn thấy chưa? Ai là phá mạnh đấy, ông bạn phá mạnh đấy.